I'm visiting here from Washington, D.C., where everything is going perfectly fine. Everything is super cool. Yeah, I remember you from Minnesota, where things are also grade A. Oh, yeah. I'm actually the lawyer for Nicolas Maduro, so this is what we're looking like these days. Us going to war for humanitarian reasons is like we hear a guy's beating his girlfriend, so we steal his car. And now he's pissed because he doesn't have a car, and who's he going to take it out on? The girlfriend, who's still there. But then it turns out 20 years later that we were actually the one beating the girlfriend, and we blamed it on him because we wanted his shit. Isn't that funny how they only declassify shit after everyone who cared is dead? They're like, hey, you want to learn about Amelia Earhart? We're like, who? What? Even our own family is like, we're good. We're like, we want the Epstein flight logs. They're like, you know who else flew? Amelia Earhart. I look like a butler at Epstein's house right now. I like fucking that. There's no point to go to the airport these days. I mean, so many flight cancellations, you have a better chance of taking a boat out of Venezuela. I mean, we all saw that Venezuelan boat footage where they blew it up. And to be fair, I think the government thought it was Greta Thunberg's flotilla. So it's like, okay, I know. We love that poor little hot old lady. Greta Thunberg's a cool... I'm actually opening a restaurant called Greta Thunbergers. And we sell root beer flotillas, and it's half off if you kiss the flag. So it's... No. She was held in IDF prison. She said they beat her and humiliated her in IDF prison. But she didn't say that they sexually assaulted her. Yeah, the IDF, notorious for sexual assault, didn't assault Greta Thunberg. How ugly do you gotta be where the IDF prison guards don't want to fuck you? Oh my God. Even the dogs in the prison were like, that's rough. I think, I know that joke is fucked up, but I'm raising awareness for the situation. If I didn't talk about it, we would have forgot about it already, right? So I'm just trying to raise awareness to something that's bad. I know, that joke is called the double tap. No survivors in that joke. Yeah, the double tap. What is that? When Pete Hegseth taps the guy's foot sitting next to him in the airport urinal stall or whatever? Like, I know, they're all secretly gay. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's do the good ones. I don't vote. What, the guy with the mask on? What, no way. This guy's got to vote. I don't vote just because it doesn't seem like it matters. It feels like it's never mattered. No matter who you vote for, it's always the same outcome, right? You vote for one side, it's going to be drone strikes on innocent people. You vote for the other side, it's going to be drone strikes on innocent people, but the drone has a rainbow bumper sticker. So it has a hashtag, whoopsies, we didn't mean to. I don't know. It's just like, even if they give us exactly what we could want, we still don't even vote for it. Right? Andrew Yang said if he became president, everyone would get $2,000 a month for the rest of their life. And people were like, fuck that, not real, communism, doesn't work. Then they go to 7-Eleven and they get a scratch-off called $2K a month for life. It's like he was literally trying to give you that. That's exactly what he was going to give you. And then people go, oh, well, it's not mathematically possible to give everyone in the country $2,000 a month for the rest of their life. Listen, if I'm going to trust anyone's math skills, it's going to be a guy named Andrew Yang, right? I mean, I know, she looked at her Asian friend for that. That was nice. That's the most tame Asian joke you can get. That's a positive Asian joke. Remember Stop Asian Hate? What did that last, 2 weeks? Why did we stop Asian hate? I think it's because Asian people don't march. They're working. They're working. They're just fucking, they understand that making money actually does it and not marching. But they tried to liken Stop Asian Hate to Black Lives Matter. But Black Lives Matter was very serious about say their names, George Floyd. Say their names, Breonna Taylor. But we didn't do that for Stop Asian Hate. And I was trying to figure out why. And I think it's because they don't trust us to say their names right. Can you imagine an anchor on the news like, Stop Asian Hate, say their names. Les jeunes Jews. Just stop Asian hate. Okay, guys? Maybe the universe is for no reason. Maybe it just exists just to exist, right? Seinfeld was a popular show, right? That's a show about nothing. Maybe it's a universe about nothing, right? There's a planet there. The sun's there. Who cares? So it's up to us to decide what the point of anything is. Maybe the point is just like to make things better for future generations, right? And to limit the spectrum of suffering and evil, right? Sometimes people get mad about that too. You ever see these people who are like, kids got it too easy these days. They got it too easy. It's like, isn't that the point? Wasn't the point to make things better for future generations? You're mad at that? And by the way, it's not better for future generations. It's better in terms of like, we can FaceTime each other and shit. We can play video games fast, but none of us are gonna own a home. Are you kidding me? None of us are gonna have a family. We're gonna pay $4,000 for a studio basement. Like, they say it sucks to live in your parents' basement. The only thing worse is to pay someone else to live in theirs. Are you kidding me? I know it is cold outside. That's probably my bad for being in front of the Israeli embassy. So, I know. Can we just turn on the space laser for a second? All conservative people aren't conservative about everything, and all liberal people aren't liberal about everything, right? Like, conservative people are very liberal when it comes to guns and Jesus. Put it everywhere. Pray in school. Guns in school. Pray to your gun in school. Get gay married to your gun on Christmas. Jesus on the cross, make the cross out of guns. So it's like very liberal in that sense. And then liberals are conservative when it comes to humor. You ever notice that? Dave Chappelle did stand-up. People picketed in front of Netflix. COVID, trust the experts. Climate change, trust the experts. Dave Chappelle's been doing stand-up for 50 years. Trust the experts, right? I mean, who are we to argue? And by the way, I hate that phrase, trust the experts. Who gives a shit about experts? You go to a car shop, they go, that'll be $3,000. You go, fuck you. Is that not an expert? And they go, oh, well, it's different. They're doctors. Doctors can't lie. Doctors can't be you know, doctors used to bleed people out, right? Doctors used to prescribe cigarettes to people. We live in a time where there's people still alive from a time when doctors prescribed cigarettes. Not a lot of people, because doctors prescribe cigarettes, but that should show you how fast things change. You can't be married to anything that much, right? You say, oh, you know, you got to trust the science, trust the science. Why do we even bother with science anymore? We don't listen. They go, we invested $20 billion and we found out that filling the earth with garbage and destroying the ozone layer is bad. We go, okay. And they go, do you want to do anything about it? We go, no. I mean, I'll build a bunker. I'll do that. I'll build a bunker for me. Isn't that fun that instead of fixing a problem, rich people just want to build a really nice hole in the ground? That's a pretty cool deal. And, you know, I don't want this to be too much of a bummer, what I'm doing right now, you know. I want it to be fun. I just don't I feel like if it's cut up into two parties, we're always going to fight. It should never be us versus us. It should only be us versus the people in power. As long as you pick a side, then you already lost, right? It should only be the people versus the people in power. It should all just be one party with extreme opinions, right? We should all be on one side. Listen, as long as the president is an old white guy, we're going to be fine. Like, I just think it's wild that, like, they'll give us a little treat every now and then, and that's supposed to hold us over while things still get fucked up. Barack Obama, first black president, we're like, hell yeah, things were still terrible for a long time, but we're like, okay, we're kind of happy. Like, I'm sure that the day we have, like, a gay trans Asian woman president, it's over. Like, that's our last treat. That's like putting out the McRib all day. They're like, here you go. Yeah, you ever notice how anytime we commit a war crime, the McRib comes back? That's like our little treat. It's so weird. The U.S., we're number one. We're number one in everything good and bad. That's the problem. We're like number one by a literal process of elimination. We're like, we might not be the greatest country in the world, but we'll bomb the shit out of you so we look better by comparison, right? Like, the United States is like the coolest strip club in town. That's kind of what we are. It's like hottest chicks, greatest food, everything's a good time. But every now and then, behind the girls on stage, you see a bunch of old men killing kids. And you're like, what's going on back there behind the hot chicks? But if you say that, the girl goes, he touched me, and they kick you out. So you just have to kind of keep quiet while all this terrible stuff goes on. Or, you know, or you put on a ski mask and try to tell jokes, and that seems to be getting past the algorithm so far. I like the weird rules of the subway as well, where it's like, after midnight, the F train is a boat. At nighttime, the D train goes backwards. Yeah. I also didn't realize that paying for the subway is like a suggestion. I didn't realize that we all get to decide that. Somebody pushes the door open, it turns into a Venezuelan border crossing. Hold it! That's fun. Sometimes I walk by it, I'll be like, hey, open the door. I'm like, tell me you love me. They're like, I love you. I'm like, say, Daddy, I love you. Dance. And then they dance, and I open it up, they beat the shit out of me. But good times. I like Times Square. I think I might be the only person who genuinely enjoys Times Square. I just think it's really wholesome and sweet to see people from all over the world come together to look at advertisements. I think that's really nice. Entire families huddled together like, look, honey, Foot Locker. Click, click. Forever 21, wowza. No, that's the only place where you'll like see Batman get robbed, by another Batman. They're all shaking down families. It's like the Injustice League. Hey, come here, get a picture. You're not fucking leaving. Okay. Now, there's actually a bunch of billboards in Times Square that'll randomly pop up that say, we stand with Israel. Yeah, just in case you were wondering which side had more money. Yeah, those are not cheap billboards. So, no, I know. People get mad at us about supporting Israel, too. They're like, America's sending missiles to Israel. It's like, okay, but to be fair, we're also sending missiles to Palestine. They're just coming from Israel really fast. So everyone's I know. That's called the Tomahawk Tua. That's, oh, God. Really? Not more for Tomahawk Tua? Okay. I was sure that would have had you on your feet. Okay. No, we've only got 4 more hours. No, I know, the mask. The mask is actually genetic, really. I forgot to tell you. Yeah, both of my parents are on ice, so I was born with this on. Okay. Thank you. Oh, yeah, this is fine. You guys are forcing my hand. You guys are still with me mostly, right? Okay, thank you. That's good enough. All right, perfect. Now, I'm just, I'm tired of everybody being mean to the president. What we need to do is we need to focus on the positives of the presidency to help us get through it. I think that's a good trick. There's pros to our current president. Like, for example, people pay attention to politics now. That's not how it always was. Now we read everything every day because we want to know what the fuck he did, right? So everybody's involved now. People are involved in politics. Another positive of the president is he scares the shit out of other politicians. That's exciting. All these career politicians felt safe forever in their jobs. He shut up. Now they're all scared until they realize, they can just flatter him and give him something shiny and then he's happy with them. But that's another positive about the president. He's very transactional. Our president. Before, it was a billionaire pays the politician to do the thing. Now the billionaire is the politician, cut out the middleman, save a bullet. So now it's just one guy doing everything, right? He's kind of like a virus in the Matrix, right? Because it's like, it was a kind of shitty system, but he's a shitty person, so he's taking it down from the inside. I mean, he's literally destroying the White House. Are you kidding? In my lifetime, no other president has bulldozed the East Wing. We're on the outside like, tear it down, fuck this place. He's like, hold my Epstein list. I got that. He's fucking destroying the building. Plus, remember when he fucked that porn star? And people were like, oh, that's fucked up. He cheated on his wife, right? Did his wife say he cheated? Because if his wife didn't say he cheated, he didn't cheat. Have people not heard of an open marriage before? Why are we imposing our traditional values on this progressive couple, right? Have people not heard of polyamory? Are you kidding? Maybe she gets to fuck other people too, right? She totally doesn't get to. He goes, open for me, not for you, just like your border. Maduro is in the same prison as Tekashi 6ix9ine. What reality TV gods did I please to get this scenario? I know. Welcome to Brooklyn, fucking stupid. Nobody's doing his Tekashi 6ix9ine impression. I don't know. It's just kind of like, Where did evil begin? Who do we get mad at? Is there any start of any of it? Is it all just a transference of aggression? What was the original sin, right? What started this never-ending cycle of evil? And I don't know. I just think it was nature. Like the first suffering was like a lightning bolt, sunburn. Like that was the original. Like, it was like a caveman got sunburn. The cave lady touched his back. He got pissed because it hurt for some reason. He smacked her. She kicks the cave dog. Stepson sleeps with the stepsister. So it's like this never... I don't know. It's like... I feel like terrorism exists because it's hot outside. Like, it's just misplaced anger over, like, nature, which is turned into everything. Like, we're all just a product of our environment. You've never heard of a terrorist who grew up next to a waterfall, right? No, you want to know who grows up next to waterfalls? People who fund terrorism. Why? Because they want more waterfalls. Because they know we wouldn't be responsible enough to handle them, so they need all of them. We don't know what to do or who to get mad at. It's too complicated. I don't know, everything. Legislative, judicial, executive, AFC, NFC, just a bunch of nonsense to make it more complicated so we don't know what's going on. They're called branches because it implies you can rip them out and it's still going to live. So it's like checks and balances. Yep, checks going into their balances. Just a bunch of nonsense. Dude, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas accepted bribes, but nothing happened. He's like, oh, okay, they gave me a big daiquiri at Senior Frogs. Is that so wrong? I'm an influencer. I'm selling influence. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. I mean, sure, maybe you can take bribes as a politician. We'll let that part slide. As long as you don't fuck with our money, I think we can be okay. Okay, questions? No, we're not done yet. We're almost there. I think I'm almost close to getting that FIFA Peace Prize. I think after this president, we should just take a break from presidents. Let the country have a hoe phase, right? Like, maybe we have a new president every week. We try it out. I don't know. Maybe the trick is like, we need a president that everyone would actually like get along with, right? I think we need a president who's just like a straight up porn star, right? Who's trading sexual favors for political favors. Come on, Putin, if you pull out of Ukraine, you don't have to pull out of me. So it's like, I don't know. Because the president has been fucking us our whole lives. We should have a president that we get to fuck for once, right? That'd be nice. Turn the tables. I just got tired of people asking me who I vote for, so I became a felon. Who'd you vote for? Manslaughter. All right. No. I know it's kind of a heavy show. I will be doing balloon animals later, but I only do AR-15s and the Bill of Rights. I like when we put tariffs on countries committing war crimes. That's interesting too. We're like, hey, you guys have been killing all your own people, so 35% import tax on all cocoa goods. That's like a kid kills another kid at school, so we charge him more for lunch. We're just all being subtly bribed, right, with everything going on. It's like shit's happening, but we just kind of have it nice, so we don't give a shit, you know? It's like nobody's ever going to throw a rock at the White House because our arm is too tired from jerking off to free porn. It's like, and that's the thing, when something is free, you are the product, right? We're the ones getting screwed. Like, the government is, with free porn, the government is literally saying like, oh, well, you know, if you have a problem with something, you can always go fuck yourself. Does that help? You can always do that. I don't know. There's so many wars going on, it's hard to decide what to make my profile picture. It's just like, dude, my profile picture is still Coney 2012. Did we get him? I think I'm the only person with a Coney profile picture. I think I'm living on a Coney Island. Wow, Coney Island. Good for me. I'm happy about that. What if this is the best it can possibly be and they're saving us on a daily basis? I call it the Avengers theory. Like, remember when New York City filled with like yellow smoke for 2 days? What if there was like poison in the water that was going to kill everyone in the city, but they filled the city with antidote in that poison? We don't know. But that's how it could have been. We see those Marvel movies, they're like keeping back a giant alien in space every day with magic. Maybe that's what's happening in the government. And so like as bad as it is, they're like, you don't realize how bad it could be. So, you know, I think that's a nice outlook. Maybe it could be much worse. The other day in the comments, people were fighting about which president falls asleep in public more. And it's like, is that where we're at now? We're arguing over which president passes out in cabinet meetings. Or it's like, it's always about lesser evil. What happened to better good? What, like now we're literally like, well, it's not confirmed he raped kids. This is the best we can do. I think Jesus and Muhammad, no real difference. No real difference. It's just a pathway to get to God. Every prophet, every whatever is just leading to the same God. Doesn't matter how they got to tell you a story to get there. I think it's all just leading to the same God. That's all it is. And there's no real joke there, I don't think. But I just think, we can't get hung up on which guy we think is the way to God. Because I think God is all ultimately the same thing. And God is probably just like a collective energy anyway. That's probably all it really is. And the more you put out, the more you can affect it. It's kind of like no matter what you believe, you all come to the same ending point. Like a hippie and a CEO of a Fortune 500 company are essentially the exact same person. It's just oneness. Imagine there's one currency. Like, imagine there's one nation state. Like, the only way there's ever going to be no more war is if there's no more countries. If it's just one country. And I know exactly what's going to happen, and I think you guys are all going to agree with this. It's going to become 3 countries. That's what it's going to be. The world is going to be USA, China, and Russia. Right? They're going to slowly take over small countries until it's just USA, China, Russia. And then we're going to have the most important Olympics of all time, where whoever gets the most medals wins. Yeah, because where'd the Olympics even start? Gold, bronze, silver. The minerals we needed to harvest for the aliens on Earth to power their spaceships. So when they come back, it's going to be one country that took it all over. And, so that's why the Olympics is important. And I genuinely believe that's exactly what's going to happen. That's it! Oh, what the fuck? This is what I look like. Wow. I can't believe it either. I know, just a regular old white guy trying to save the world. Who would have thought? He's got a hero complex. Yeah, thanks for coming. I hope I see you guys in the future, and I'm going to keep doing embassies and whatever the hell until I'm not allowed to anymore. So thank you so much. Have a good night. Appreciate you.